in 1997. Had some pretty severe injuries. My brain shut down my sympathetic nerve to my right side. One of the things I was really worried about was, when can I go back to work? Can I go back to work? And what is going to happen with me financially?
When someone has suffered a brain injury, if it is a significant brain injury, more often than not, I am dealing with the spouse. I am dealing with the mother. I'm dealing with the father. Again, depending on the extent of that injury. And that person has some type of legal authority, whether it's some kind of medical power of attorney or power of attorney, or they've gone through the probate court and gotten established as a guardian or conservator. And so most of the time in those situations, I'm dealing with a family member, and that's a totally different situation because they don't have that physical injury and physical pain that their son, their daughter, their wife, their husband has, but the emotional trauma is just substantial. The first thing that we do at our firm when we are talking with that injured person who's been involved in an accident is to try to lower their stress level. And you just have to let that person talk to you. You have to let them know first that you're there to listen, that you're there to understand. And then we talk about, okay, here is our plan. Here is how we're going to get you back to where you need to be. Here's how we're going to make sure you are reasonably compensated for everything you've gone through and everything you're still going to go through. And so we talk about that plan, we formulate that plan, then we put that plan in place and try to assure them that you can focus on doing what the doctor says, getting better, spending time with your family, getting back to work, and let us handle the rest of it. If a person has a brain injury case, and let's say that person is the one, they're not in a coma, I want to make sure first and foremost that they get the appropriate medical attention. When you're talking about a brain injury, you're not talking about your urgent care. You're not talking about your primary care physician. You're not talking about, your doc in the box, so to speak. Those types of injuries to be properly evaluated and diagnosed require specialists, neurologists, neurosurgeons. So you need to seek that appropriate follow-up medical care with an expert. You need to, of course, you don't need to be giving insurance companies statements. You've just been involved in an accident. My gosh, if it involves a potential brain injury, emotional, but certainly if you've, my gosh, if the doctor has said, your head's, we don't see any broken bones in your head, but you got a concussion, and that's going to cause probably some loss of memory, confusion. You're not going to be able to sleep good. You're going to have headaches. The last thing you need to be doing is talking to that insurance adjuster 2 days later who just wants to ask you a few basic questions about the accident. You need to be consulting with an experienced personal injury trial attorney before you do anything like that. In choosing a personal injury attorney, first of all, you need to have a personal injury attorney, not an attorney who occasionally does a personal injury case here and there. You need somebody who works exclusively, if not at least primarily, in that area of law. You need somebody who I believe is well respected, experienced obviously, but well respected in the community. Well respected not only by the judges and courthouse staff, but has the respect of insurance adjusters. You need to have an attorney who is not only experienced, but is willing to go to court and is willing to convey that, and who that insurance company knows this case, if it doesn't get resolved for a reasonable amount, will be tried by this attorney.
So the first time I met Gene, it was an instant ease, which is unusual in that kind of situation. He was very caring, very straightforward about what was going to transpire, and he made that whole process so much easier than what I thought it was going to be.
To the person who has been injured in an accident, who thinks they want to contact an attorney but feels like, I don't know that financially I'm going to be in a position to do that, the first thing I say is within the personal injury realm, which is all I do, our fees are based solely on a contingency. You only pay me, our firm only earns a fee when we resolve your case, whether that be through settlement or whether that be going to trial and getting a jury verdict, and that is a percentage contingency. And you know what? If we don't recover anything for you, you don't owe us anything.
I would highly recommend Gene Vaught. He is an amazing person and an amazing, honest, caring attorney.